loves. So this is part 2 of the girl talk we had yesterday, so let's continue. As usual, I'm reading the topics that you guys submitted on Instagram. So the next topic, someone said talk about friendship betrayals when friends become enemies. So let me just get this out of the way first. I hope it's not something whereby maybe you had a disagreement with your friend or something small that you guys can talk about, because mostly we normally give romantic relationships more chances than friendships. Romantic relationships, they can treat you so bad, like that, like and we give so many chances. But with friendships, if someone just does something small like this, oh, she looked at me funny, she says to do what behind my back, but the man has cheated on you 70 times, he's left you for your friend, he's done a lot of things, but you still give them chances. So I just want to say that I hope it's not one of those situations whereby it's just something that you guys can talk about and you are not just giving your friend a chance. So if that is not the case, when friends become enemies, then you treat them as enemies because they are no longer friends. They were past tense friends, now they are not. There's a difference between someone who you are friends with and now you guys just grew apart or something happened and but there was no bad blood. That is different. But now if you're saying they've become enemies, that means they are dangerous. Enemies are people that can hurt you. You can't be just chilling with your enemies and just vibing. If you have enemies, either you stay away from them or you be alert because this is an enemy. So if a friend crosses from being friend to enemy, you treat them like an enemy. Remove yourself or be very, very aware and alert when you're around them because they can hurt you. The next person says, home washroom cleanliness. I was so happy and surprised to see this because in any of our girl talks, I've never seen anyone asking about washroom cleanliness like you at your home. It's normally mostly about maybe self-care, self-love, those kinds of things. And this is nice because as ladies, hygiene is important, not just of our bodies, but of our surroundings, of our space, of our houses. Because sometimes you find like, fine girl, fine babe, someone is looking fine on the inside, but their space where you're living, it's just untidy and dirty, and that's not it. So home washroom cleanliness, I didn't even know what to say about this, but most of what I've learned about taking care of washroom in the house, I learned from a relative I lived with. So for me, I've lived with a lot of relatives. Yeah, because when my parents died, I lived with different relatives. So this one auntie of mine used to stress that the washroom, especially the toilet area and the toilet seat and the toilet bowl, had to be cleaned daily. When I was a teenager, I didn't get it. I was like, this is so much work. Why? But she was strict, and a lot of times we used to clash. She was like, Linda, the bathroom has to be cleaned daily. So the first thing I can say is that the washroom, especially the toilet bowl, needs to be cleaned daily. Where you're brushing the sink, because there's a lot of spitting. It's disgusting, actually. And if you're a big family, then the more reason why you people should clean daily. If you're alone, maybe you can skip a day. But imagine like you are living 7 people. 7 people have spat in the sink. It's just all there. 7 people have sat on the toilet bowl, doing everything. So first thing is, those 2 areas, they need to be cleaned daily, if possible, and if it's more than 1 person in the house. So my auntie used to tell me that there are some areas that thing for cleaning the toilet, I don't know what it's called, that one, that there are some areas it will not reach, the corners. So she used to be like, those ones you have to wash by yourself. Put on gloves, take something that you're going to scrub with. After you've maybe cleaned with that thing and flushed and it's all clean, get in there and get into the corners. And this one I also fought. I'm not touching the toilet like that. And also I think because we're leaving a lot of people, so I'm just like, we know. But ideally that's how it should be done. I don't know. I've never actually discussed toilet hygiene with other people, so I don't know how people clean. I want to hear your views on this. Just let me know. Maybe that is a bit extra. Like, how do you guys clean your toilets? Let me know down below. Sometimes we may have to do some extra things. Like, if you watch the previous vlog that I did, I was trying to get something to, maybe some chemicals to bleach, because sometimes, depending on where you are, maybe if you are in an area that uses a lot of hard water, you know, that saltiness, it can discolor. So sometimes you may need to do more than the normal cleaning, okay? So if you're able to maybe go to a chemical shop and ask what you can do to brighten it up. And then Mimi, a toilet is something that I'm very sensitive with. Me, it's even hard for me to use other people's toilets. Because if the toilet is dirty, it may even interfere with my appetite. For the next even few days or weeks, I'll just be remembering that toilet. So I'm happy that it's just me and my child. Because that means I'm always guaranteed that the toilet is clean. I don't want trauma. So the next thing is that if you have people living with you in the house, whether they're kids, whether they're other family members, they need to also take responsibility. It needs to be cleaned. It cannot just be your entire responsibility. And for example, you're living 5 of you or 8 of you. That means after everyone has gone to the toilet, you are going there to check, you're going to... No, everyone should know at least the basics. When Taraji leaves the toilet, I don't go there to follow up and clean. Maybe when she was younger, now she doesn't, because I taught her. We're supposed to do this. If you do a short call, this. If you do number 2, do this. If this one does not flash, you do A, B, C, D. So when she's done, I normally tell her, before you leave the toilet, look back. Check. Is everything okay before you step out? So I don't have to do that. So that also helps the toilet to be clean. Because for me, what I do is the general cleaning, and then also taking care of myself when I'm in the toilet. And especially if you have boys, male people in the house, boy children, you will... It's when you go to a household with boys, it is almost obvious that you're going to find urine splashes on the toilet seat compared to a house that has girls, because our anatomy is different. For us, we just sit and everything just goes in. But boys, when they are urinating, sometimes things splashes, especially if people are not like careful. If you don't tell them, you need to also know how to use the toilet. Every time you leave, you're going to be getting splashes. And if you have girls, or if you are a girl, or if you have girl children, they are prone to infections, because now when they're sitting down, they're sitting on the urine that the previous person left. So just your family members also have to take it upon themselves to make sure that it should be a collective effort. Maybe you are the one who's doing the cleaning as the lady, but everyone should just make sure that when they're using the toilet, after using the toilet is clean. The next girlie said, self-care and confidence. In part 1 yesterday, we addressed self-love and self-awareness. A lot of these things are connected. They are all under wellness. But self-love and self-confidence is different. This is just feeling confident in yourself. That one is loving yourself. Self-awareness, knowing yourself. So these are 2 different things again. Let's talk about them separately. For self-care, you have to start with your mindset. By not thinking of self-care as luxury, it's something for the rich, it's something that you do when you just have all the time in the world. Think of self-care as a way of self-love, as a way of telling yourself that you are important, as a way of taking care of yourself. Because especially if you're a woman, you've been trained to take care of everyone else. From the time you are young, even if you look at the home, boys can be out there playing and climbing trees, and girls are doing chores. You're cooking for people, you're cleaning the house for people. So taking care of others is like what we are trained to do. And if you get married now, you are taking care of your husband, you're taking care of the kids. It's like everyone else comes first before you. So self-care is just a way of telling yourself that you're also important and putting yourself first. So when you know that, it reduces the guilt that comes with taking care of yourself, and also makes you want to take care of yourself more. For self-care, there's the external and the internal. The external, the facials, the spa, those cute things. And then internal is different. That is now things like setting boundaries, making sure that people don't disrespect you. It involves things like removing yourself from spaces where you don't feel respected. You are caring for yourself, like, I'm not going to put myself in this. So both are important, but normally people always focus on the external, but both are important. When it comes to external, start with what you have. You may not be able to afford a spa, but maybe you can do at home, scrub, Maybe you can learn how to do your own steaming. Maybe you can learn how to do your, shaving your face, masking, painting your toenails. You need to take care of yourself, especially as a girl. You need to take care of yourself because these things, they will also boost your confidence. This point is about self-care and confidence. Because we all know when you look good, you feel good. What I've realized is that for you to be on top of your self-care game, you need to have routines. You can have daily routines, or weekly routines, or monthly routines, or all of the above. Actually, all of the above is recommended. Every day, what are you doing towards your self-care? Some people will do journaling, okay? That's just like putting your feelings onto paper, reflecting, how am I doing, being grateful, all that. That is something maybe you can do daily. Some people do it daily. I can't journal daily. It's a bit much for me. I journal when I feel like I have something that I need to express. Also, for example, you're doing your morning skincare routine or your evening skincare routine or both. That is part of your daily self-care, okay? Now let me say weekly. Weekly, maybe you scrub your face twice a week. Maybe you exfoliate twice a week. Maybe you scrub your body once a week. That's a weekly self-care ritual. Monthly, maybe you make sure that you do your nails monthly, you do your toes monthly, you do your hair monthly. Those are beauty routines that fall under self-care. So when you do all these, you always feel like you're taking care of yourself. Maybe that spa or facial can be once a month or twice a month. So you feel like you're taking care of yourself. But it just doesn't happen naturally. You need to be able to know, what am I doing daily towards self-care? What am I doing weekly towards self-care? What am I doing monthly towards self-care? So now let's talk about confidence. Building confidence is a journey. I don't think you can wake up one day and be like, whoo, yesterday I wasn't confident, but today I'm 100% confident. No, it's a journey. There are things that you do to improve your level of confidence every day. One of the things you can do is to step out of your comfort zone. Do something different. When you do something different and actually maybe you succeed, it makes you feel like, wow, I accomplished that. Sometimes you may not even succeed at your first attempt, but it just gives you the confidence to even try more. You're like, wow, so I went hiking and I never knew that I could do hiking. That's nice. So maybe next time I can try zip lining. Maybe next time, you see, so it makes you want to do more and more and more. So step out of your comfort zone. The second thing you can do to improve your confidence is to speak highly of yourself. These are positive affirmations. Speak highly of yourself. You know, the more you speak highly of yourself, the more you start to believe these things. And once you believe it, now your confidence is up. Maybe you're telling myself, oh, I have a good sense of style. So even when you're dressing up or you're going somewhere, you're feeling confident because you know what? Me, I have a good sense of style. You see? So speak positively towards yourself. With affirmations, normally, I do them in two ways. First is by the guided affirmations. They're normally guided affirmations on YouTube, even on TikTok. Maybe if you just type affirmations for feeling confident, you'll get people who've done videos. They talk, you repeat. They speak in the present. Maybe they tell you, I am confident. I am confident. Then you repeat, you keep repeating, I am confident. I am confident. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am beautiful. I am pretty. You're just trying to reprogram your subconscious. You're trying to reprogram your mind to think highly of yourself. And then I've gotten to a point where sometimes I can just write things about myself, but they just come. I am smart. I am ambitious. Maybe I am a good timekeeper. Whatever it is about yourself, you just write them down and tell yourself so that you can start believing them in your mind. Something that I saw people say, people who do positive affirmations, they're like, if whatever it is you're saying, because they're normally in the present, not I want to be smart, I am smart. Not I will be smart, I am smart. So what I've seen a lot of people say is that if you feel like whatever it is you're saying is so far-fetched, so far away from your reality, it may be difficult to believe. For example, if I tell myself, I am a good timekeeper, and I'm always 4 hours late to events or meeting up with people. Let me just laugh because timekeeping is something I'm working on. That it may be hard for me to believe because even after saying it, I just find myself laughing and be like, no, that's a lie. So what you can do is say, like, you're in transition. I am becoming a good timekeeper. I am working towards becoming a good timekeeper. That is way more believable than I am a timekeeper, good timekeeper. And we all know, my mind and myself know that I'm not. So I hope that helps. So another thing that you can do to increase your confidence is to Get better at something. Get better at your craft. Get better at what you're doing. For example, let me just take an example of my YouTube. I've been working on it. I've been working on myself as a content creator. I've been working on this craft. If someone ambushes me today and asks me, Linda, come here and talk about YouTube, I'd be like, what? Okay, I was not prepared, but I cannot be there. I cannot go on that stage and be speechless. I have something to say because I've been perfecting my craft. I'll find something to say. As opposed to someone is up there and they're like, Linda, come and tell us how brain surgery is done. I'm like, I won't feel confident because I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything. So if you perfect your craft or you get better at something, it boosts your confidence. The last thing that I can say about being confident or feeling confident is that if you promise yourself, if you say you're going to do something, do it. This not only improves your confidence, it also improves your self-trust, your trust in yourself. For example, I told myself that I'm going to do 20 videos for Vlogmas, and I told you guys when I was starting, this video that you're watching is Vlogmas day 19. Yay! I only have one more to go. So if I accomplish the 20, I'll believe in myself more. Next time if I tell myself, oh, know what, I'm going to vlog for 2 months straight, I'll believe in myself because I'm like, wow, so I said I'm going to do Vlogmas and I did it. Even you guys will also believe me. You see, it boosts also your confidence. You feel more confident trying something else and trying something else because you said you're going to do this and you did it. But if you don't keep your word to yourself, which is the most important, not even to other people, to yourself. Next time you tell yourself, oh, me, I'm going to try and vlog for 2 months. In your brain, something will tell you, yeah, you always say that. Even the other time you said you're going to do Vlogmas, you stopped halfway. So you see how that thing, because confidence mostly is up here. A lot of it is up here. So you want to reprogram your mind. You want to put yourself in a position where you think highly of yourself and you believe in yourself more. So the next girlie says, talk about single mothers survival guide. From surviving to thriving. If you're new here, or if this is your first video watching, I'm Linda Mary. I am a single mother, so I guess that's why this person asked me to talk about the topic. Then I had mixed reactions because I was just like, how can I guide you from survival to thriving mode, yet I'm not yet there. I know it may look like I am thriving when I share my life mostly. Maybe you see the highlights, so it looks like I'm thriving. I'm nowhere near thriving. Don't I know about surviving? I have been in survival mode for years. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. And I said one of my goals for this coming year 2025 is for me to move out of survival mode. And now I can say that I'm living survival, I'm almost, but I am not even in the middle. I'm leaning more towards survival than thriving. So it's not an easy journey, and I do fully understand. But let me just share some of the tips that I have. Maybe when I get to that point where I'm thriving, I will do a video. The first thing normally starts with your mind. I'm always like, here has to be right. You need to know that you are alone. Not alone in the sense that now you may not have a support system or good people, but you don't have the other parent. No, other people, maybe let me say I don't have money for rent this month, maybe the other parent has, but when you are single, you are alone. Everything is on you. Every single thing is on you. So just know that from the beginning so that you don't depend on another person or rely on another person's word. You are on your own. Knowing that, what can we do? I want to talk about maybe the financial bit and the emotional, because these are the two main areas. The financial one is the one that can drain you. Taking care of a child financially alone can drain you. Finances, what can you do? Number one is you need to be able to do everything that you can to make ends meet, to always look for new opportunities, to always try to better yourself. Me, if I tell you the jobs that I've done in this world, a lot of them are not related. I've been a personal assistant. I've been an administrative assistant. I've been a communications person. I've been a salesperson. I've been an actress. I've been a social media manager. I've been a content creator. The list is endless because you have to do what you have to do to make things work. And always have to try to look for new opportunities, new ways of bettering yourself. What can I do next? Can I maybe try into this other job? Can I try this side hustle? Can I improve on this? Can I get maybe another course? Can I do this? Because as I said, everything is on you. And because everything is on you, there's not you're footing half of the bills, the other parent is footing half. You need money to cover all the bills. And it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. I have one child. Sometimes I'm overwhelmed. Not sometimes, a lot of times. So I can't even imagine for people who have more than one child. Number 2 is to learn how to budget. Ooh, I don't like giving a lot of financial advice. But budgeting is the thing that I believe in the most. I reach a point whereby if I'm expecting 1,500 Kenyan shillings, I will write down a budget for it. You may be like, what? What are you budgeting? See, that don't just know 500 goes to this. No, I want to see everything on paper. Personally, before I receive any money, let me say even a salary. No, I don't receive a salary. When I used to work, salary, maybe a job that I've done. Before I receive the money, I'm here. Not book and pen and paper. Okay, amount I'm receiving is 20,000. So 10,000 will go to this, 2,000 will go to this, 1,000. I have to see it, write it down, and I have to cancel. Okay, hey, sometimes the math is not mathing. What can I reduce? Reduce this one, scratch, add this one, maybe postpone this one. If you look at my budgets, they're not fancy, you online somewhere. They are pen and paper. So learn how to budget so that when you know, maybe this time when I get money, this one goes towards this one goes towards this. Another thing is that you need to be smart financially and you need to make sacrifices sometimes. There's a job I did. I thought the payment will come in January. So I knew that, okay, this one will help me sort January bills. They surprised me by paying me in December. I have zero money right now. But you know what happened? The minute that money entered like this, before I touched it, because I was not expecting it now, my pen and paper. I've paid January rent. You're watching this on 19th December. I've paid January rent. Not now, I paid last week. I have paid Taraji's school fees for the whole of term 1. Not everything, like the school supplies, the uniform, I have to buy books, whatever, but food, extra, diary, there's so much to cater for when you have a child who's at school. I'm talking about the actual school fees. I have paid Taraji's school fees. I have paid my rent, my Wi-Fi, my water, utilities. I did shopping. I did a whole year. I did a small shopping that will take me a few weeks. I cleared some of, there's some money that I owed people. Long story, but I had people's money. I paid up. So yes, I may not have any money now. I had to make that sacrifice. Because when the money came and it was in December, I was talking to my sister and I'm like, I would have wanted to travel and go and be with my sister, maybe even for a week or two, and then maybe go and see my grandma. I was able to because I had the money, but I was not able to travel and do all these obligations. And I know that January is in the next 2 weeks. There's no other money I'm expecting. And then, by that time, it's January for everybody, not you. There's no way you can ask someone for money in January. Everyone will be like, oh yes, it's January. It's January. Everyone doesn't have money. Where was I going to get money for school fees and rent? So I was like, you know what? Linda, put on your big girl panties, make this sacrifice. So I was just like, I'm not traveling. There's something that I just wanted to do for my niece. That's what I did. And then I sorted out my bills. So now I'm good. Come January, tutakula, I have somewhere to eat cabbage. And watch because I've paid for internet. Bottom line is sometimes you have to make sacrifices and sometimes you have to be smart. When that money comes in, ask yourself, how am I spending this money? What can I sacrifice? What can I do? What can I not do at this point? Emotional part of maybe thriving as a single mom or getting out of survival mode is that you have to take care of yourself. Because you are only one parent, you are highly likely to be depressed and to be overwhelmed. If you can get some moments alone. Right now, me, I'm lucky because my child is a bit grown. If I need some quiet space, I normally just tell Tara, Mama, I need some few minutes by myself. So, yeah, let me be. Don't disturb me. So I can go to the bedroom. I can be by myself. Imagine she won't disturb me. She'll be here drawing, playing, watching. She'll give me that time. And then I have that breather. I know sometimes it may not be possible. Maybe you don't have, don't have like a physical space, like a big house. Maybe, let me say you're living in one room. You don't have that house that you can go and do that. Maybe you can step out, take a walk. Maybe you have kids who are very young. They may not understand that, mommy needs to rest. Sometimes mommy needs to rest in the toilet. If you have young kids, those people will follow you even in the toilet. So when Taraji was younger, she used to do the same, obviously. So there's a time I told her, when I step into the toilet, don't follow me. So she used to stand outside. So I'm just there in the toilet, I finish my business and I just take a breath. I'm like, whew, But the minute I just open the door, mom, so sometimes if you need to go into toilet, go. Have moments by yourself. Then try to live a life that is separate also from your child. There's things that I just do alone. There are things that are just my life. I can do an entire vlog and you probably will not sit around. You'll be like, oh, where is she? Or maybe she may just be here to close the vlog with me. Like, I have a separate life. I don't attach at every part of my being is attached to her. She also has a separate life. When she's at school, I'm not with her. She has a school, she has whatever. So also try to have my life outside. It can be friends, it can be meeting up with friends, it can be going to influencer events. So I can be able to sometimes just detach from Linda, the parent, to Linda, the girl. Take care of Linda, the girl. When Linda, the girl, is thriving, Linda, the mom, also is thriving, and I'm also able to take better care of my child. The next thing I can tell you is that be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. The world is very unkind to single mothers. People blame us for everything, including global warming. If something, even a child does something, this one must be raised by a single mom. This kid's raised by a single mom. Just like, even if you're just chilling in your own house, you've not even bothered anyone. The world is generally just unkind to single moms. We are blamed for everything wrong in this society. Your own voice cannot join the others. Let others condemn you, konje, but you be kind to yourself, be compassionate to yourself, give yourself grace. The last thing I can tell you about being a single mom and taking care of yourself emotionally is that to ask for help sometimes. You don't need help. Life is generally hard. Life is harder for some people. One category of those people is single mothers. This is something that's even difficult for me. It's difficult for me to ask for help. Let me not lie. If I come and ask you for help, know that that was my last resort. I have tried everything else. Now I'm just like, Linda, you better speak up or you're going to die. Closed mouths don't get fed. I'm also working on that. But you're not even asking for help. There's some people that they use that against you or use that to remind you, oh, you made bad choices. Now you see, so it's not even easy. And sometimes when people disrespect you and akudharau when you ask for help, so you can't just ask anyone. Let's gauge. If you have a support system, if you have your people, for example, you have good siblings, friends, close friends, those are the people that you can ask for help. That was our girl talk. If there's anything you want to add onto these topics, because the people who raised them, they're looking for maybe help or answers, just leave a comment below. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Tomorrow is our last Vlogmas episode 20. See you there. Mwah!